As a young kid, I grew up spending a lot more time than I should have playing video games, you know, like Mario, where you're like doing mushrooms, shooting fireballs, killing mushrooms, hitting your head on boxes to hopefully get coins. At the end of every level, remember, you'd always have to take on the boss or somebody that's way more fit than you or bigger than you or has more strengths or superpowers than you. You'd always go into that like wondering like, dude, how am I gonna win? Now, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that life is exactly like Super Mario, but it really is. As you go through life and you hit your head on a bunch of boxes hoping for coins to pop out and you defeat a bunch of little minions on your way, sooner or later, in order to get to the next level, you're gonna have to face off and square up against an opponent that's maybe bigger than you, has more resources than you, has a bigger team than you, or whatever. Now, when you get to squaring off with this opponent, it could be a sports team, it could be an organization, it could be another person, it could be whatever. Your opponent is whatever you're up against. What's always fascinated me about opponents is that usually there's a favored opponent, somebody that has the longer reach, or they have more money or more resources, or they're faster, or maybe they just look better on paper. And you have the underdog, the person who doesn't have the resources, that has a little bit of a shorter reach, or doesn't look as good on paper, or maybe it's a team that doesn't have the players, right? They're the underdog, they're not favored to win, and they always have to come from behind. What I want to do is share 5 tips that you can use today and for the rest of your life to not only win as an underdog, but to destroy your opponent. Because honestly, what's better, just winning or winning and humiliating your opponent? Habit number 1 is that underdogs do not talk. They execute. As an underdog and somebody that's gonna make it to the top from the bottom, I know that I don't have time to just sit around and talk to people. Shit, I don't even know if anybody actually cares. Underdogs usually don't even have anyone to talk to. You didn't see Rocky Balboa doing press conferences in the first movie, did you? No, you didn't, because guess what he was doing? Executing. He was running up the stairs to that great theme song. He was eating raw egg protein smoothies. He was at the gym training. Rocky didn't have time to sit around and update his Facebook status saying how he was gonna crush it this year. You didn't see Rocky wasting his time sitting on Twitter telling everybody what he was gonna do. He was too busy working. If you're an underdog and you're coming from behind and you're about to actually take on an opponent that's bigger than you, faster than you, stronger than you, richer than you, then you better spend every single moment preparing rather than just talking about it. The second way that you can win as an underdog is you have to understand that you're gonna have to celebrate your little wins alone. If you're already following step number 1 and you're actually putting in the work to get better, then you're gonna have to follow step 2 and understand that the wins that you have personally, whether it's bigger muscles or a little bit more cash in the bank or whatever type of things you're looking to accumulate before taking on your opponent, you're gonna have to celebrate those little wins alone. As an underdog, you don't have the luxury of time to sit around with your feet kicked up celebrating that you made an extra $100, or that you gained an extra pound in your bicep, or that you gained another 100 followers on Instagram.
No, no, no.
Another one of the reasons why you're gonna have to celebrate alone is because as an underdog, nobody cares about your little wins. They're waiting and they're watching to see you in the big game. Chances are, as an underdog, you're going to have to get creative to find out new ways around your problem or new ways through. As an underdog, you probably don't have the resources available to you to just pass off problems to other people and have them get solved. Chances are you're going to have to handle those challenges your damn self. When adversity presents itself, understand that this is your moment to get creative and find out new ways around or through it. When you hit a setback as an underdog and you're looking to overcome things and get to the next level, You have to learn how to figure out how to make sugar from shit. As an underdog, you need to understand that every single setback in your life is really just an advantage that's been disguised. This will allow you to stay focused on what's happening and maximize the amount of time that you have so that you can defeat this challenge, defeat this struggle, and defeat the opponent that comes along with it. Go ahead, go find some other underdogs that actually accomplished the things they wanted to and didn't use their setbacks as some type of advantage. Sometimes you just gotta learn how to turn shit into sugar. The fifth thing that underdogs do in order to conquer their opponents is that they use all of their downtime to prepare. Underdogs spend their time a little bit differently than their opponents. They spend every waking minute preparing for the game, preparing for the match, preparing to conquer their opponent. You might be spending your time working on a new business plan. You might spend your time getting bigger muscles. You might spend your time getting a little bit faster every single day. You might spend your time setting up a better marketing strategy. You might spend your time reading more books. You might spend more time at the gym getting in better shape. You might be attending seminars or workshops or masterminds to get more information and strategize with other people that want you to win. Underdogs don't have time for Netflix, bro. Underdogs don't have time to watch every season of The Walking Dead back to back on a weekend. If you're able to use all 5 of these tips as an underdog, I can almost guarantee your success against your bigger, faster, stronger opponent. By the way, after destroying and defeating your opponent, make sure to hang on to and continue using these 5 tips so that you don't get beat yourself.
This is some good shit. Terrific.